Welcome everybody. I'm Mitch and I'm joined with Arena today. And we've got a special guest.
Yes.
We've got a guest here with us today.
Who's here?
Darren Whitby from Platinum Consultants. What is it you do?
So I do consulting to customers that use trade software. I started out just doing training and implementations. So TSM or simPRO would get a new customer and say, Darren, can you train them how to use it, set it up, customize it for them, and then get them on their way. That's basically what I did for 7 or 8 years. What I spend most of my time doing now is updating, correcting, and changing the workflows of the company or simPRO to make sure that it's as streamlined as it possibly can be.
Why did you pick to become a consultant in the space for simPRO?
simPRO gives people the one platform that they can use all the way from an initial lead coming in all the way through to final invoice, the reporting, the management, and the people tools, as well as once you set it up right, it is simple for someone else to come along and take over from you. So you can then push another part of the business or do something different. Now, simPRO isn't the best in every avenue, but it is the best in everything overall. I'll just say off the bat, ServiceMate is the best for a smaller services-based company, I believe. At some point, if you're growing, you're going to outgrow ServiceMate and you'll end up back in simPRO's lap anyway.
Who's simPRO for?
So simPRO is for any trade company that has the goal to be or looking at or already is the size of, say, 5 technicians in the field or more, and at least 1 person to 2 people in the office. There's customers I have that have probably 300 employees, 180 odd in the field, including contractors and employees, and sometimes in multiple countries. And simPRO can do all that.
If you were just going to pull out one thing that is just the best part of that application, what's it going to be?
I think the thing that I love about simPRO the most, its best feature, is how customizable it is. Because it's a beast of a system and you don't even know what you're getting into when you first start with it. You just see the surface and there's layer after layer after layer. But there's so many settings and so many options and so many ways it can be set up to suit the business that you need to be quite good at understanding what the business needs and understanding exactly what you can do in simPRO in order to get it the most efficient.
I'm in the accounting space and I love that simPRO integrates with MYOB, QuickBooks, Xero. I know it's like a simple feature, but how good is it? Like all your invoices can just push through into your accounting software, as well as your supplier and wholesaler bills. Amazing. What's a tip for you to like start with a process and how to stick with it?
The first thing for any business is to clearly define their workflow. And you've got to be consistent with your data. For example, when a new customer comes along, do we do a credit check? That's a workflow. Do we just enter them into the system? And how do we make sure that the data is consistent? Do I use all capitals? Do I put a comma in? Do I put spaces between my phone numbers? But the other thing, a quick tip for anyone who's using job management software is to also define either the statuses or what simPRO calls stages. So when is a job pending? Yep. And when it's a pending job, what am I supposed to do to it next? And then in simPRO, the next stage, and stage not status, but the stage is those tabs. When is it in progress? What does it mean when a job's in progress? How did I get it there? And what is the next stage for the job? And when is a job completed? When does it go to the completed tab? And what do I do when it's completed?
I'd say one of the biggest features that like our clients pick simPRO for is pre-builds. What is effectively a pre-build?
So a pre-build could also be called a kit or an assembly. Mm-hmm. And the way I generally describe it is when you're doing a quote, you could choose items individually, all your individual ingredients. And let's say we're going to make a cake. So we're choosing the milk, eggs, flour, sugar, whatever. And you're going to the aisle and choosing each one separately. Now that's the analogy for going to the simPRO catalog and choosing each material item separately. Or we could create a pre-build. Now this is like a packet mix cake. When you buy it, you pick up one packet, it's got everything you need in it. The good thing in simPRO is these packaged items, we can create one with chopped chip and one with vanilla and strawberry, create all the different types of pre-builds, which would be different size fans or different outlet types. Extra to that, we can put descriptions in, we can put photos in, we can put labor, materials, even plant and equipment essentially can go in as items. And then that pre-build could be almost like a mini quote in itself.
Let's say that you go and create a trade business tomorrow. Let's say you go and get into that industry and you've picked simPRO. What's the number one feature that you're loving about it so much right now?
I'm only sighing because I have two.
Okay, two. Give me two. You can go two.
That's allowed.
There's no rule here.
I love simPRO's built-in BI reporting. You can create dashboards of statistics. Anyone who wants to manage their business, really, most cases you're managing it by numbers. And this can give you, there's plugin tools that can do even more, but just out of the box, you can create dashboards for sales management, for technician management, for even individual projects. Which project manager is making me more money or less money, or which project breakdown view would I like to see? So all these things you can do with BI reporting. But also my second favorite thing is the customizable forms. We can actually build forms now within simPRO Mobile that look identical to your customer's form or even an industry form.
That's a feature that a lot of guys don't even know exists. They don't know the full capabilities of it. I would say the majority of our clients are utilizing things like iAuditor as an additional form space to then plug into it. And so I think that's something that's really interesting for anyone that is using it to understand that, hey, these capabilities are already there. You don't have to pay for the second subscription.
This is CNN Breaking News.
There might be a whole new form builder coming that is basically similar to iAuditor.
There might be.
We may see it being released around Christmas time or January.
Oh, what a Christmas present. For everyone out there with simPRO, Merry Christmas. Is there anything else exciting that you might know about on its way? What's the little present sitting under the tree?
So what's potentially coming is a much tighter integration of ClockShark to simPRO. Those two integrations together could be a game changer for anyone who is really wanting timesheets, the full power of automated timesheets.
When people come to you, would you rather them to just come to you right at the beginning?
You should get the expert advice even before you start and then all the way through. Then you don't need as much because we're not doing fix-ups. We're just doing guidance. What we try and do as an implementation is we try and get it right from the beginning, which you can never know what they want exactly, where they're headed exactly, because they don't really know either.
Do it from the start, because then you won't go through the headaches and the problems. You don't have to spend the money to fix the shit. You just start with it right from day dot.
The sooner you start with an actual system, the sooner you can actually get it working and get out of your position and start building the company and hiring people to do what you used to do. I get most of the time that's probably the structure for growth. Perfect what you're doing, train someone else to do it, and move on to the next thing.
What's the easiest way for people to find you? Is it via email, website, Instagram, Facebook? Where should they go?
Either via our website, so we've got a contact form and even a chat that they can open up there, or just send an email to reception@platinumconsultants.com.au.